Join me as I dive deep into the dark truth about immortality and take on the challenge of uncovering the real price of living forever. Immortality, the ultimate human fantasy. To live forever, to never have to say goodbye, to always have another day, another year, another century. It's a tantalizing prospect, one that has captivated human imagination since the dawn of time. But what if I told you that immortality isn't all it's cracked up to be? That beneath the surface of this alluring concept lies a tangled web of dark realities and ethical dilemmas that threaten the very fabric of our society? Overpopulation, resource scarcity, and the breakdown of our current economic systems are just a few of the potential consequences of a world where humans live forever. Imagine a world where the population grows exponentially, with no natural break to slow it down. We're already feeling the strain of 7 billion people competing for limited resources. Imagine what it would be like with an additional few billion, all living indefinitely. The environmental impact would be catastrophic, with pollution, deforestation, and climate change spiraling out of control. Our current economic systems are built on the notion that people have a finite lifespan, and that there's a natural turnover of jobs, careers, and industries. But what if people never retired, never moved on, never made way for the next generation? The consequences for social mobility, innovation, and progress would be devastating. We'd be stuck in a stagnant pool of unchanging ideas, with no room for growth or improvement. And then there's the issue of housing, of infrastructure, of basic services like healthcare and education. We're already struggling to provide for the needs of our current population. Imagine trying to accommodate an endless influx of people, all demanding the same level of care and support. It's a logistical nightmare, one that would push our resources to the breaking point. But what about the historical perspective on immortality? How have different cultures and civilizations viewed the concept of eternal life throughout the ages? In ancient Greece, the gods were believed to be immortal, and the quest for the elixir of life was a recurring theme in mythology. In modern times, we've seen a proliferation of scientific endeavors aimed at extending human lifespan, from senolytic therapy to cryonic preservation. In Hindu mythology, the concept of reincarnation is closely tied to the idea of immortality. The soul is reborn into a new body after death, carrying with it the accumulated knowledge and experiences of past lives. And in China, the legendary elixir of life was said to grant eternal youth and vitality to those who consumed it. From the alchemists of medieval Europe to the modern-day transhumanists, the quest for immortality has been a recurring theme throughout human history. But what are the underlying motivations behind this quest? Is it purely driven by a fear of death, or is there something deeper at play? So what are the most shocking consequences of immortality? What are the psychological effects of living forever, of watching as loved ones grow old and die while you remain youthful and vital? The impact on relationships would be immense, with friends and family struggling to cope with the idea of eternal life. Imagine being the only one left standing, the last remnant of a bygone era, with no one to share your memories or experiences with. It's a lonely, isolating existence, one that would take a heavy toll on the human psyche. And yet this is the price we might have to pay for the gift of immortality. In conclusion, the price of immortality is a steep one indeed. It's a Pandora's box of consequences, ranging from environmental disaster to psychological trauma. But despite these risks, despite the potential costs, the allure of eternal life remains a powerful one. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the dark truth about immortality. If you've got thoughts on the subject, be sure to share them in the comments below. And if you want more content like this, be sure to check out my other videos on related topics.